Eric here at Team Eccentric, and I'm bringing you guys my 53rd place Thunder Dragon deck profile. I went to a regional in Rochester, New York over the weekend and got 53rd place. And honestly, the deck, it did rather well. I mean, it's pure Thunder Dragon, so it's not going to be as fast and as explosive as some of the Danger variants, but at the same time, it doesn't always, lose to Droll, I guess. So that's the thing. Honestly, this deck did okay. Out of 218 people who played in the regional, 53rd place honestly is not bad. I'm not dissatisfied. I feel like some of my matchups I probably could have done a little better in. There was one match against a Frank Kid player where there was a play that I let go that I probably shouldn't have. But oh well. It's 53rd. 53rd place is still not bad amongst 218 other players. So that's the thing. So we're going to get right into the profile. So we're going to start it off with triple Thunder Dragon, the OG. Obviously, we all know this is the namesake of the deck. So triple OG Thunder Dragon, triple Dragon Dark. This guy's quick effect is really cool. Basically, it says that you can discard himself to search another copy of himself, and also when it's sent from field to grave or banished in any way, you can add any Thunder Dragon card from your deck to your hand. So it's really strong. After that, we're playing triple Thunder Dragon Hawk. This is the monster reborn of the deck, essentially. Basically, you discard this and reborn, and you can bring back any Thunder Dragon monster from either grave or banished, and special summon it to the field. Also it has a reload effect where if it's sent from field to grave or banished, you can literally reload any number of cards in your hand. So that's the thing. After that, we have triple Thunder Dragon Matrix. This is almost like the honest of the deck, I suppose you would say. You discard it during either player's turn, target one Thunder monster you control, increase by 500 attack. Also, if it's sent from field to grave or banished, you can search another copy of itself. Honestly, I kind of want to cut one of these for third Dragon Roar. I'm only playing 2 Dragon Roars because it's the only ones that I own, but I am getting a third one, so I will be updating the list for that. As soon as it comes in, and then I'm playing 2 Dragon Roar. This is honestly the best extender of the deck. I really underestimated this card's value in the deck, and I really should have played a third. But I will be getting the third one soon. Essentially, when this card is sent from field to grave or banished, you can special summon any Thunder Dragon monster among that lineup in defense position to your field, and it's sent back to the hand during the end phase of that turn. And then on top of that, if it's basically, it has a discard effect where you can discard it and add back any Thunder Dragon monster from banished or grave, which allows you to essentially recur your Colossus, because you can discard this, add back Hawk, and then discard Hawk, special summon something, and then summon Colossus again. So it's literally almost like a free Colossus as long as you have a target to bring back. And then one Thunder Dragon Duo. Thunder Dragon Duo, honestly, it's just kind of the boss monster of the main deck, essentially. The only reason why I have it in here is because if it destroys a monster by battle, I can banish a card from my graveyard to search any Thunder monster, so that can come in handy if you need to search a Denko, or if you need to search a Batteryman Solar. It's actually pretty good. So that's it for the Thunder Dragons. Now for the rest of the cards, we have triple Aloof Lupine and triple Batteryman Solar. These are your normal summons. Aloof Lupine, we all know it's really, really good. What it does is you normal summon it and you banish one monster from your hand for cost. And then if it goes through, you get to banish another monster of the same type from your deck. So you want to see this and Roar in hand. You normal summon this, banish Roar for cost. If it goes through, then you banish Matrix from deck. Then you go on a new chain, you go Roar 1, Matrix 2, Matrix adds the Matrix, Roar special summons the Dark from deck, and then you go in and make your link plays. But the main reason why you want to do it that way is because it allows you to chain block if your opponent's going to try and ash your Roar. So it allows you to just kind of like chain block and protect your chain links and go off with your plays. Because nobody really, you don't really care if they ash your Dragon Matrix banish. You just want the Roar summon. Batteryman Solar is like Armageddon Knight for Thunders. You basically summon it and send any Thunder monster from deck to grave, which allows you to set up for really good combos with Hawk and Dark and things like that. So there's that. And then I played some of the baby Chaos Dragons, 2 lights, 1 dark. Honestly, these were good and bad in a lot of ways. They had their pros and their cons. Banishing is honestly really, really, really good for these because you banish and you get your pluses, obviously. And also there are bodies on the board that you can link summon with. The downside is that if you see 1 light and 1 dark, then basically it doesn't really help you in too many ways, and also on top of that, these were baits for Ash, I will say. So that's a plus. They actually baited Ash a lot, which was really, really good. If you link with these and you try and search the other, you know, it's just really, really good. So, and then for the last monsters, we played one Denko because Denko literally won me games. Like literally, I'm not even like kidding you. Normal Denko and Scoop. Like that, like certain matchups, they have so much trouble with this card. And then for the last monster is Triple Ash Blossom because it's Ash Blossom. So, yeah, Triple Ash, really, really strong. Honestly, I'm thinking of cutting Ash to 2 and then throwing in 2 Veiler instead. But now we're going to get into spell cards, so we're playing triple Allure of Darkness. Allure of Darkness is just really, really strong if you have a Dark Thunder monster in your hand, because then you just go Allure, draw 2, banish, and then trigger. It's really, really good, especially with like Roar and Dark. It's just amazing. So there's that. 2 Thunder Dragon Fusion, because this card is actually really, really good. It allows you to search Thunder monsters by banishing it from grave, as long as it's not the turn that it was sent. And also you can, like, this makes your Titan a lot more accessible. After that, Instant Fusion at 2, because Kaminari attack makes your Titan really, really accessible, as well as gives you a Thunder that you can link with if you want to do it that way as well. And on top of that, it allows you to summon Thousand Eyes Restrict, which allows you to steal your opponent's Colossuses. 2 Called by the Grave, you are playing a combo deck, so Called by the Grave is kind of imperative. I want to bump it up to 3, but I don't have space, and I'm not about to play 41 cards. Like, no way. So there's that, and then for the last 3 of spell cards, you're playing 1 Gold Sark, 1 Foolish, 1 Monster Reborn, just all power cards and extenders. So that's really, really good. Honestly, the main deck, honestly, I don't see too much I change with it other than the Roar and maybe putting Called by at 3. I mean, other than that, the decks seem to have worked really well. Maybe even cutting the Baby Chaos Dragons for something else, maybe some kind of another engine. Who knows? Now for the extra deck, we're playing triple Thunder Dragon Colossus. Obviously, this is the best monster in the extra deck. You summon this, and you can literally sit on it, and if your opponent's playing a deck that searches a lot, it's like, well, your entire mechanic just got screwed. After that, double Thunder Dragon Titan. This is like the spot remover. It allows you to pick off cards depending on what Thunder Dragons you discard and things like that. It also, actually, these have protection effects as well. Colossus, if it's destroyed in any way, you can banish a Thunder monster from your graveyard instead, and it's a continuous effect, by the way. Which allows you to also plus with the Thunder Dragons. You know, there's just so much synergy there, as well as Titan. If it's destroyed by card effect, you can banish 2 cards. Titan is just really, really good. In terms of, you know, picking off your opponent's board and things like that. The only problem is that effect can miss timing if they chain to your discard. If you go discard Matrix and then attempt Titan, they can chain, and they can chain to the discard of the Thunder Dragon or whatever Thunder monster you're discarding and make Titan miss timing. So, you know, sometimes it stands to reason to have multiple discards for him. That's why the OG Thunder Dragon is just so good and so strong. So. After that, 1 Kaminari attack, 1000 as restrict, standard stuff, like I said, to make your Colossus, or to make your Titan more accessible, and then to steal opponent's Colossuses. Borlo Dragon, now we're getting into links, so Borlo Dragon, Nightmare Unicorn, because it's really, really good. Summon Sork, Proxy Dragon. Honestly, I want to cut the Proxy Dragon for a second. Summer Summoner, 1 Summer Summoner, 1 Wee Witch Apprentice, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, and 1 Link Karibo. That's it for the Link lineup. Honestly, this lineup I don't see. The only change I see is a Proxy Dragon into a second Summer Summoner, maybe. Other than that, it seemed to have worked really well. Maybe even Hippo Shinnigan instead, just in case I get like a Light Dragon and like a Matrix on board or something like that. I can link that way and then go into the Dark Dragon, you know, do those plays. It just kind of depends, really. But now we're getting into the side deck. The side deck, honestly, I would change kind of significantly. I expected to see more mirror matches, as well as Guard Dragon Crusadia and things like that. And the Sky Striker matchup, honestly, I didn't. You know, I only had 1 card that I really needed to side for. So, but we played 2 Winged Dragon Raw Sphere mode just to, you know, out my opponent's big boards. Game of Seals, same thing, out my opponent's problematic monsters, and then the second Denko just to say fuck you to back row decks. So that's it for the monsters in the side deck. After that, triple Mind Control, 1 Super Poly for the mirror match mostly. Just literally outs my opponent's board right there. Then after that, the traps I sided, this was mainly for the Sky Striker matchup. Triple Eradicator, Epidemic Virus. I know a lot of people are actually maining this in Pure Thunder Dragon, but I don't think I would main it personally. I think it's better just to side it in against the matchup when the matchup comes to you. I mean, I know it can help against Altergeist, but then again, Altergeist players can play around this if they're smart enough to. So, and then last but not least, triple evenly matched, because Altergeist literally, like, you activate this on an Altergeist player, they have no response. It's like, yeah, your deck sucks, I win. And as you know, I hate Altergeists. But so that's it for the deck profile. Now let's get into my actual matchups, because I have all of my notes written down here essentially. So like I said, guys, I went 5-3-0. So 5 wins, 3 losses, 0 draws. The deck it performed well. I feel like there were some matchups I could have performed a little better. That's just me as a player, not necessarily the deck. But hey, that's part of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is learning where you could progress in your gameplay and things like that. So, but my first matchup. So we're gonna go through each particular match. And my first matchup, I won because my opponent actually signed up and then no-showed, so it was a free win for me. I know that doesn't really count necessarily as like a legitimate win, and I'm not counting it as that, but in terms of my record, that actually, it wins for me. So round 2, I played against Guru Control, and I sort of had an idea of what Guru Control did before the tournament, but I never really played against it, so I didn't know how how to stop it necessarily. And by the time I did learn how to stop the deck, he had already basically whittled down my resources to the point where there was just no way I was going to win. So, yeah, so round 2 went to Guru Control, so I lost that. Round 3, I played against Prank Kids, and honestly, this is the match that I'm mainly talking about when I say I should have won. I let a play go through where he had a border load with 2 Prank Kids monsters in the 2 zones that the border load had, and I had Colossus and Titan on board, and he went to go steal my Colossus and didn't realize that border load actually doesn't. You have to have one of your zones free for border load. It can't just steal and not put it in a zone, because it has to put it in a zone that it points to, and he didn't realize that. And he's like, shit. If you mind if I take it back? And me, obviously, being that guy, said, I suppose, yeah, I guess if you didn't know, whatever. But that was my stupid mistake, so it's my fault I lost. But had I not done that, I easily would have won that match. Because I would have had all the outs to his border load, and then I literally would have border loaded his border load and then border loaded whatever else back. So that's a thing. Yeah, literally the only reason why I lost game 1. Game 2, I set up Link Karibo Colossus. He literally played nothing, scooped, and then game 3, he just basically comboed in for time, and I literally had all the outs, and then in the last like 30 seconds, I was trying to get to my battle phase in a way that I could kill him, but it just literally didn't work. I literally would have won this match if it weren't for time. So obviously, that's a loss. So that's 2 losses so far. Then after that, round 4, I played Guru Control. That was actually a win for me. I normal summoned Denko after he set his 3 back row in game 1. And he basically had to wait for me to kill him with my Thunder Dragons, and then game 2, it was essentially the same thing. I normal summoned Denko and then killed him with Thunder Dragons, so that was a thing. After that, round 5 was against the Salamangreat deck, and honestly, I actually went in and swept this particular Salamangreat player. Not that the player was any bad or anything. I think it just I don't know if he had the outs to my board or anything like that, but I just literally just set up big boards and killed him. And that was a thing. So, and then the both games I did the same thing. And then after that, round 6 was against Sky Striker. This, in my opinion, was the most interesting matchup of the night, because basically game 1, he managed to take it. He just kind of grinded me out. I couldn't really do much, and he just managed to take my Colossuses with that one, Sky Striker spell that allows you to take stuff. So there's that. And then game 2, I was able to kind of grind along with him and kind of play, a little more conservatively until I was able to take away his life points. And then game 3, I actually won because of time. We had about 2.5 minutes left, about 2 minutes left in game 3, and he was trying to play in a way that would give him more life points so that he could obviously win in time. He got up to 8,400, and I was still at 8,000. And then he passed to me, and I Gamma Sealed over his Sky Striker Link Monster so that all of his spells were no longer live. And then after that, I was able to get a some Summer Summoner and a Titan out, and I used Titan to attack over in the last like 2 seconds and did 1,000 points of damage, and that was game. So I won Sky Striker in time. I'm sure this is, he probably feels the same way about me as I feel about the Prank Kids player. Like, oh, I shouldn't have won that matchup, but hey, it is what it is. And then after that, my round 7, I believe, was against Altergeist. This was actually a really easy matchup for me. I normal summoned Denko on turn 1, as well as did some Thunder Dragon combos, and he just set a monster, passed, I drew, and then I did more Thunder Dragon combos and then killed him. And then game 2, I believe he was just able to set enough traps to kind of keep me from doing what I needed to do. And then game 3 was literally the same thing as game 1, normal Denko, Thunder Dragon combos game. So then after that, my last matchup was against another Salamangreat player, and this time I feel like this guy was actually a better player. And he managed to kill me, win this match. But game 1, I set up double Colossus Titan with Dark and Matrix in hand, so I had all the ways to disrupt him. Except he made my first resolution of Titan mistiming. But nonetheless, game 1 I won. Game 2, he grinded through and kind of whittled my resources to the point where I had to scoot, because otherwise there was just no way for me to come back. And then game 3, it was kind of a back and forth war of attrition, where it was all about who drew their better resources first, because I guess we both didn't draw the best opening hands. And I managed to actually draw my resources first, but then he was just able to play through, and he actually managed to kill me there. So those were my matchups, and that was my regional experience for this regional. I will be trying to bring you guys other deck profiles, other duel videos more consistently. I just really wanted to wait to put up this Thunder Dragon deck until I went to this regional to see how it did. And like I said, I went 5-3-0. So I guess I'm not too disappointed with the deck. I feel like I just could have made a few better plays. And not let that Prank Kids player get his way and take a play back. That's my own fault. That's me being a nice guy. I got to stop doing that. And, I tell everybody I'm not a nice guy, but it is what it is. So that is it. That was my regional experience. And I'm gonna work on this deck for you guys. Bring you guys a little update this deck as the meta changes and formulates around the advent of Salamangreat. And on top of that, Connor's deck profile for his Salamangreat deck will be in a link in the description box below. I'll leave that there for you guys so that you can check it out as soon as it's up. And on top of that, hit the notification bell. I apologize, I'm really tired. But hit that notification bell. Let me know what you guys think about the deck, and what I can do with this deck. Obviously, I could put the dangers in, but I don't think I want to, only because Droll literally kills that version of the deck, because the moment they Droll your dangers, it's like, okay, now if I don't have any good Thunder Dragon combos in my hand to go off of, it's like, well, I basically lose. So, yeah, that's the thing. But, after all, guys, I really did like this deck. So, rate, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, let us know what you think in the comment section below, and I appreciate all the views you guys give us, as always. Eric here with Team Eccentric, and I'm signing out. Rate and subscribe, leave your comments and ideas in the comment section below, and don't hesitate to give us respectful suggestions on content you want to see. Eric on behalf of the team saying take care, and Team Eccentric out.